Want to show you another gutter adapter. Again, they're running tape on it because it leaked right at the house. Over here we got failure to some of the foundation items. This is pulling away from the patio. Look at, you got a taped up gutter adapter. Water just sprays during hard rains out of here. The tape ain't gonna hold it back or stop it.
We're replacing a failed underground drainage system for gutter downspouts. They ran it in 4-inch. These are 2x3. So right away, that's a concern of mine. You're not going to be able to flow enough water coming out of a downspout that's a 2x3 to keep a 4-inch pipe from clogging. So there's going to be a lot of shingle gravel buildup. There wasn't any catch basins in line to catch the shingle gravel. And to make matters worse, they did not use plumbing tape. So roots got in and stopped up the system. When you have mature landscape and trees, you have to use a really good plumbing tape.
All right, Patrick's hooking up a sediment trap. Always connect the female, male to female. Remember that. Make sure you have that in the right direction. You want that to be in the direction of flow. Right here are all the parts that make up what the guys are doing. So the pipe is the acting male into the coupler, that's the acting female. The other side is just in reverse. You have the male coupler versus the female coupler. That's going to go inside the pipe instead of the pipe going inside the coupler. So always make sure you have this in the direction of flow, male to female, male to female. Super important. You know, right here, this is at the house. You got the riser that you cut down the fit. You put the leaf filter on it. You got male to female, again, with direction of flow. So we always dig a much bigger hole for the pop-up emitter. You can see all the room for pea stone under it. And we never tape the pop-up on. That's one of the biggest mistakes you can make, is taping your pop-up on, because there's going to be water, even with all this slope. I mean, the guy's got probably 5% slope on this line. I mean, and this yard is, the house is really built up, and this is just what dreams are made of if you're a drainage contractor. But at the end of the line, where you have a pop-up emitter, after a thunderstorm, you know, after you have a really hard rain, you're going to have some water just left in the elbow on the pop-up. You can see how this 3-inch plus just goes right under the sprinkler lines. This is normal depth for the sprinklers. You know, when they're done right, the company does a good job. You know, they're going to be usually 5 inches below the surface. They did a really nice job. So now this adapter takes our pop-up emitter to a 3-inch, just like that. Super simple, snaps in. Look how easy this connects. And you don't have to drill holes in the fitting. So when there's water left in the pop-up emitter after a thunderstorm, that will leak into the subsurface soil from that connection point if you do not tape it. There's no need to drill a bunch of holes in the not quite a 90 fitting. It's absolutely, all that's going to do is hurt the structural integrity of the fitting, and it's not needed. So after the rain, after a thunderstorm, the water sitting in here will just leach in all the pea stone. There's fabric down so that the dirt don't mix with the pea stone and fill the voids. So Patrick put pea stone around the catch basin, and he folded the fabric over the pea stone, and now he's putting the dirt and packing it alongside the catch basin so we don't have settling underneath the catch basin. So Patrick's just going to pour pea stone around that pop-up connection. Any water left behind in that pop-up fitting after a thunderstorm, now the water that's left in that pop-up, it'll run through all those voids. The stone creates void, so it's a path. Make sure to wrap all your stone in a good non-woven geotextile filter fabric so that the dirt doesn't plug all the voids in the stone. Now you can just go ahead and just pack dirt on it. It's that simple. People wonder why our pop-ups don't freeze in the winter. This is why. but these are extra steps that other contractors don't take. So this is why we tape all of our connections right here. This is what no really good plumbing tape, no copper sulfate, no copper sock, that's what that's going to get you. The guys are going to put copper sulfate in here. You see all the roots? We're just going to sprinkle some copper sulfate to take care of those tree roots. When you have a 20-year-old landscape and you have all this mature vegetation, this pin oak that just grows like wildfire, you're going to have problems with roots. So you can see the copper sulfate and the copper sock. The guys put that copper sulfate throughout the whole trench. Right here, the roots aren't too bad, but right here, where the roots pick up, they increase. We went ahead and put the copper sock on. Always stand on the pipe and then shovel some dirt on it. Make sure that you don't just push dirt onto a corrugated pipe. Corrugated pipe, it's very light. The dirt's going to push it. It's going to push it aside, and the dirt's going to roll underneath the pipe, and then you're going to lose that perfect slope that you work so hard for. Always stand on the pipe long ways and not short ways, because it spreads your weight over a greater distance, spreading the load over more square inches of the corrugated pipe. Right here, this is what it looks like when you know what you're doing.
If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. It supports the channel. If you have any questions regarding this installation, leave them in the comments section. I'm your host, Robert Sherwood, and until the next video.